Hello, my name is Meera Hoffman, and in this video series, we're going to be going over some wonderful Thai massage moves that you can share with your friends and loved ones. In this video in particular, we're going to be focusing on some great techniques to use on the feet. So we'll begin just by setting an intention and coming into a little bit of a grounded heart space. So you can close your eyes with me if you'd like. And just begin to bring awareness into your breath and into your own body. Slowly inhaling through the nose, deeply and fully. And as you exhale, letting go of any tension, any random thoughts that may be distracting you from being fully present. And taking another nice deep inhalation, we'll breathe in lots of energy, fresh prana, and oxygen. And again, exhaling, letting go of any tension or stress that may be bothering you. On this last inhalation, we'll just bring our nice focused awareness into the prayer of metta, which means loving compassion. And in that, we invite that all beings may be safe, may all beings be free, may all beings be happy, and may all beings be at peace. And from this sweet intentional space, we'll begin to make contact with our partner. We'll slowly place our hands over the tops of the ankles and just letting them sense the warmth of our hand and presence. If your partner's feet are a little bit close together, we're just going to gently scoop underneath the ankles, rock back a little bit, and then bring the feet a little bit wider. That way you have lots of room to work with. And from here, we'll begin to rock our weight into the palms of our hands, and this pressure transfers into the soles of the feet. And so you can see I'm keeping my arms pretty extended. The elbows aren't locked, but I'm getting a nice long power line from my shoulders down and through the arms and all the way into the hands. And so I'm using my whole body to rock side to side to create this movement and pressure. And that's one of the beautiful things about Thai massage, is that you don't have to sit there and do a lot of work just with your hands. You can really use your whole body to correlate into these movements. So working up and down the soles of the feet, really exploring the full surface, warming up the feet. And I like to go ahead and warm up the legs as well. So I'll bring my palms so the fingers are facing up the body. And we're just going to walk up the inside of the legs using the shin bone as our guardrail. So kind of staying inside of that. And then as we get to the knees, we'll do a little circle movement. And then up the thighs. So if you start to reach a point where you're getting off balance, so you can see my weight's really shifted forward here, I always recommend you can kick one of your legs out and come into a nice lunge so that you're supported. And then we'll walk back down. I'll bring my leg back so I can rest on this little pillow. And working back into the soles of the feet. From here, we'll begin to work on the 11 points of the feet. And so there's 9 on the soles of the feet, and we're starting at the base of the heel. It's point 1. Point 2 is kind of in the middle of the arch. And then point 3 coming up to underneath just the ball of the foot. So that's points 1, 2, and 3. The next set of 3 is a little bit more medial, so towards the midline. Again, starting at the base of the heel, coming up the midpoint of the arch, and then just under the balls of the feet. And then the third set of points is closer to the pinky toe side of the foot, starting near the heel, and then in the middle of the foot, and then just under the ball of the ring and pinky toes. The last 2 points, so that was the set of 9, the last 2 are between the pinky toe and the ring toe. And then the last one is between the big toe and the pointer. So we'll retrace these points a total of 3 times. So coming back to the sole of the foot, working along the arch line towards the big toe line, starting at the heel, and then the middle of the foot, and then towards the ball of the big toe, moving more towards the center, the midline, heel, middle of the foot, ball of the toes, and then towards the pinky toe line, heel, middle, just under the balls, and then top of the foot pressing between the pinky toe and ring toe, and then between the big toe and the pointer. So last time, just moving at your own pace, using your body weight to press into your arms and hands. And by doing this 3 times, it gives yourself the opportunity to really tune into the movement and get comfortable with it, as well as gives the receiver an opportunity to really settle and ground down. They're not wondering what's going to happen next. You're doing this nice rhythmical pattern, working on each set of those points, tracing up on either foot. And top of the foot, those 2 points. And then to finish, we'll use the palm presses again. And the palm presses are a great kind of segue between moves, and also just kind of reset the work you've done. So even though it feels like, man, we're doing the same thing over and over again, it actually just feels really wonderful to the receiver and gives yourself an opportunity to kind of plan your next move. Now from here, we'll work on the 5 lines at the bottom of the feet. And so as we work on the bottoms of the feet, we're going to be tracing up each toe line, working out the toes. So I'm going to start towards the heel of the foot, working up the arch line. And for here, it's not so specific. You don't need to do like X amount of points on each line. I kind of do it based on how big the receiver is and how much time I have. And as I work out the tops of out towards the toes, really pressing into the big toe and kind of pull outwards. Our next line will come in just a little bit so that we're tracing up our pointer toe. And again, just small movements working up towards the toes, pressing in, using our body weight to lean forward, being nice and thorough. Sometimes you may get a little crack, and you can also check with the receiver about pressure. Sometimes when I get to the edge, I'll do a little circle on the toes before pulling out. Now we're coming up to trace the middle toe, starting at the base of the heel, doing the best you can to follow that line. It's a little bit more tricky as you get towards the middle of the foot. Really pressing in as you work out the toe. And again, nice little circle and pull. Repeating now for the ring toe. So we're almost to the edge of the foot. Not quite. So coming down to the fourth line, the ring toe line, so we're almost to the edge of the foot, pressing in. And as we come towards the ring toe, pushing in, and then we'll do some nice circles in each direction before pulling out the toes. And we'll do one last pass on the pinky toe line. So starting at the heel, working up the balls of the feet towards the pinky toe. And now that we've done the 5 lines of the feet, we'll come back to our palm presses, so really mushing and applying pressure, kind of like smoothing out that work. So we did some detailed work. Now we're going to do some broad pressure, just saying integrate all that we've done. And the next part is working on the 4 lines of the tops of the feet. So I'll gently rotate the feet inwards just a bit, so this makes it easier for me. And we're going to start towards the ankle. And the 4 lines on the tops of the feet, you're going to be working between the toe lines. So kind of diving into the valley between the toes. And we'll start with the outermost line. So between the pinky and ring toe, you can pull out the pinky toe a bit. And then again, starting towards the ankle, working between the ring toe and the middle toe, and pulling out the ring toe. Moving a little bit more towards the midline, we'll come in between the mid toe and the pointer toe. And pull out, got a little pop there. And lastly, working between the pointer toe and the big toe, tractioning back on the pointer toe. And then just so the big toe doesn't feel left out, I'll give it a little tug as well. And as you guessed it, we're gonna come back to palm pressing the feet once more. Just reintegrating that work that we've done. And now we'll come to do some stretching and movement on each individual foot. So I'm going to scoop underneath the ankle, and before I do that, just a small pause. So in Thai massage, they suggest traditionally that you work on the left side of the body first with the female and on the right side of the body first with the male. So Karina is a female, so I'm going to scoop underneath her left leg, and I'm going to slide my left leg underneath the knee. So you can see my foot just comes up and kind of cradles the leg. It kind of helps rotate the leg towards me. I'll just get comfy, so you're welcome to kind of bring your other leg up, or if you want to have it kind of tucked in like a figure 4, whatever is comfortable for you. So we'll start by rotating the foot, and just like we've been doing throughout this video, we really want to use our body to create the movement. So instead of me just sitting here and crank, I'm really rotating my whole torso and spine to help create this nice circular movement. After I've done 3 times in one direction, I'm going to switch and rotate back. And now we'll come into stretching and opening the foot. So keeping my left hand underneath her left ankle, I'm going to wrap my right fingers around the top of the foot and towards the inside of the sole. And I'm going to slowly rotate and pull back and out. So I'm rotating the leg outwards. We'll do this 3 times, and you can see with each movement, I'm slightly moving my hands. So first one kind of started a little bit more distally or towards the toes. Second one, we're coming in a little bit more. And then third one will come in even a little bit more. We'll switch the hands so that my right hand is now underneath the left foot. My left hand reaches across the top of the toes and towards the outside of the pinky toes. And again, we'll rotate 3 times, this time rotating inwards. So once, move my hand in a little bit, twice, move my hand in a little bit more, and 3 times. And you can see that as I do this, I'll just do it again for demonstration purposes, that her whole leg is rotating. So she may even be starting to feel this on the outside of her leg or even into her low back or hips. So it's really beautiful that we're not just stretching at the ankle. From here, I'm going to switch my hands back. So so my left hand is supporting underneath the ankle. My right hand, which is now my outer hand, is going to push the toes towards the head. So we're not only stretching the back of the calf, we're also stretching the inside of the arch. And if you want to make it even more extreme, you can press the toes back towards the leg as well, getting a nice opening along the back sides of these surfaces. Again, kind of targeting for 3 times, but feeling it out. Maybe they are on their feet a lot. Maybe it feels kind of tight. You're going to give some extra love. And then after that, after pushing the toes forward, we're going to bend the toes down. So bring your hand to the top of the foot and just pressing the toes downwards. And from here, I'll release the leg and then switch. So now right foot under right leg, and we'll do the same thing. So rotating clockwise, I'm rotating my whole body and spine. Going at least 3 times, but maybe more as you just get acclimated to this movement. And then we'll switch. 3 times counterclockwise. We'll wrap the outer hand over the top of the foot and clasp into the arch and rotate out and back, twisting the leg open, decompressing it at the hip socket as well. And then we'll switch hands. So outer hand is underneath the ankle, inner hand wraps over the top of the foot towards the pinky toes. And 3 times rotating inwards. Repositioning our hands once again so the inner hand is underneath the ankle. We'll push the toes towards the head. And again, you can target more by just pressing on the balls of the foot to open the bottom of the foot. Or if you really want to stretch the toes and get the whole surface, you can really push the toes all the way back towards the leg. So at least 3 times there, and then we'll come down 3 times. And got a nice pop there. And I always say when you get a pop or an adjustment, it's never my intention for that to happen. If it happens naturally, it's because the body's ready to release and move. But you never want to force it. So the goal should never be, I'm not going to stop till I get a pop, because that could be kind of painful. We'll lift the leg up to move our leg out from underneath. And then I'm going to reposition my stance once again. So I'm kind of kneeling over my partner. From here, we're going to press down on the tops of the foot. So keeping the feet kind of at a neutral position. Once, and then twice I'm moving out a little bit more towards the toes, and then 3 times more on the toes, 4th time coming back towards the center, and then 5th coming more over the ankle again. So we call that 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 as far as the positions of my hands. So 1, really using my weight, 2, and 3, Coming back to position 2, and then back to position 1. I like to kind of push the toes back towards the head as a counter stretch to that. Again, this is similar to what we were doing on each individual foot, but it just feels different when you're doing it simultaneously. And then lastly, we'll pick up the feet and bring them so we can cross one set of toes over the other, and then we'll press down 3 times. So 1, 2, maybe I go a little bit further, and 3. Release the toes, switch which foot is on top, and then we'll do another set of 3. 1, 2, again using your body weight to press down and work over your target area. 3, and then I just like to scoop the legs up, give the feet a little bit of a rock, and there you have it. That is our wonderful, yummy foot routine. Stay tuned for our next videos in this series where we'll go into more depth and detail about working with the rest of the body. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Meera Hoffman. You can find out more about me and my practice at meerahoffman.com, and check out wellnessplus.tv for the full series. Thank you.
Hey patrons, it's Karina and Missy. Hello.
Hey patrons, this is Jess.
Hey Mom.
It is Greek Goddess Hour continued.
And we are here with an exciting update for you.
Going to be more interactive, more communication, more connection, so that we can offer you more of what you want to see.
It's like the most frustrating thing. You're like, God, this video is going so great, and then the camera dies.
All right, patrons, so I just want to show you all my perspective here. All right, so you're sitting.
You're choosing us over Netflix, or?
Right.
I wouldn't even choose us over Netflix.
No, that's not true. Feeling pretty lucky. And what we want to do is become more connected with you.
So thank you so much.